Hello, we're live. Welcome to the Cinema Guys Quaranstream. I'm here with a ninja, the Ninja Cinemaiden.
Yep.
And our friend Paul. Welcome, Paul.
Hey, thanks for
Look at
having
you representing Liverpool behind you.
me. To be honest with you, this is like my storage room for my old computers. So rather than just having them flying around on the back, I just threw a couple of t-shirts up.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
You know, it works. That works. And
Yeah,
hopefully
hold them down.
Justin will be joining us soon.
Cool.
I think
I thought
just-
Paul was Justin. The quarantine's really changed
We're pretty
Justin.
identical. We
Changed
almost
the
had my dog just came in. And I could hear him rustling around the floor, but I think he's left again. I think he disapproves.
that's
We're
okay.
an animal-friendly
You know,
podcast.
We can never have too many.
No, that's why I was looking around. I was like, "What's going
Look,
on?"
even Liz, yeah, we got fancy and had music this week.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad.
Trust me, if you manage to
stepping
get
things
Liz
up.
if you manage to get Liz away from the Switch for 5 minutes, you're doing a really good job.
Wait, she's playing on the Switch, like a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, she's been playing the
Probably-
the Animal Crossing thing.
Animal Crossing.
I've
yeah.
been wanting to buy that. Should I buy it?
Yes, you should. I play it all the
Liz
time.
Say
says
on
yes.
it. What
I-
should I do on it?
I'm
You live on a deserted island and you're creating your own little community with little animal people.
Wow.
It's really
It's,
quite fun and relaxing.
That doesn't sound fun, though.
Well, but it is.
But it is. Is it like the Sims Animal Edition?
Kind of, yeah, kind of like that. You go around and you collect fruits and you craft things, and you get loans out so you can make your house bigger that you have to pay off.
Oh, that's pretty fun. It's like we're living real life.
See? Liz says buy it.
yeah.
Okay, Liz.
Trust me, it's kept a quarantined weekend very busy.
Huh. I need things to do. I was considering buying a new video game, and I'll probably do it.
You should get it. Then we can visit each other's islands, and you can walk around and see things.
Oh my gosh,
and-
you can visit my island?
Yeah.
Ah!
Have you visited? Do you know what Liz is called, Brad? Lizzie's
No.
Island? Cloud City.
My island is called Tatooine, so
There you go. Of course. keeping in theme, right?
oh, I see Justin is getting ready to jump on. He's getting himself adjusted. But we're here just hanging out on we're all quarantined. We can't get together, so we might as well hang out and
Well, I can't get together with you anyway.
it's true. It's so true. You can't.
Right, like, you're just not trying hard enough now.
I'm
I
not
know.
trying hard enough.
I know.
You're right.
No.
I mean, you've been 10 weeks before us into this, so you should be you should be ready to
Starting
go.
week 11. But see, our quarantine is different than your guys's because, like, you don't have to force people into quarantine here. They just voluntarily do it.
Unlike here, yeah, you got to force them, and even when you force them, they're still like, eh.
Yeah. Like
It's
here,
really
you can
funny.
go to you can go to the stores and everywhere with masks. Nowhere's really closed except for like public park because they're trying to keep people away from like the cherry blossom festivals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really weird because you come across some people who just don't seem to get it, and like
Hello?
they try to get into your space.
Hello,
and you're like,
Justin's
what the
here.
heck, dude. Like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was having some technical difficulties
agree,
with my
Paul.
other computer.
That's okay.
yeah, it's crazy.
It happens.
Why are we still wearing the mask in our own apartment, though?
But because I don't like people seeing my face. You know this.
But that's weird. I think it's more awkward for you to do that than to see people see your pretty face.
I don't like people seeing my face.
Well, why? Why don't you like people? People see your face every day.
It's just a privacy thing. I don't like it online.
Okay, that's all right. All right, I can
All right.
respect that.
Oh,
yeah, it's
thanks,
hard for
Brad.
me too.
But the Cinemaster down there didn't give permission, so I don't know.
That's right.
And a master.
I don't like using my iPad. The camera doesn't sit right. It's not good.
What
for
are you-
face-to-face.
I
My other
agree. I try to
computer wasn't
FaceTime with my iPad and I do not like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I have to keep building it up to get it higher.
Yeah, otherwise it looks like it's just down below you.
Yeah, I've got mine on about 3 boxes.
Are you a Liverpool fan?
Yes.
What
No,
gives it away?
What gave it away?
How do you think they're going to fare in the EPL this year? They're doing what? They're third or are they first?
No, we're first, and we're like we're 2 games away from winning it when they postponed all the games.
Oh yeah. Do you know that I'm an Arsenal fan?
Yes, Jeff.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. They're like what 11th this year?
Yeah. That's
Pretty
obviously
bad.
why you didn't know we were top, because you've lost interest in it.
Yeah, that's really. I know. I just remember. I remember always thinking Liverpool must be top, but there was at one point you weren't, right? Somebody jumped up there that was weird, right?
Leicester came up, and there was another team that were very high, but we were up until about 2 weeks ago. We were unbeaten, so we've been top more or less the whole season.
Gotcha.
So it was one of those
well, Liverpool does great for my fantasy league. I think all my defense is Liverpool, and that gives me like 8 points a week. It's pretty awesome. Then who else do I have back there? I can't think of it right now.
We're now a soccer league podcast group.
I mean,
Yes.
quarantine lets us choose whatever we want.
Oh, are we live?
True.
I guess we shouldn't be talking
we are live, Justin. Yes.
Soccer. Sorry.
Okay.
I was just.
Hey, we're just
trying to rewire this thing, and I forgot that we were live.
We're just hanging out, just chit chatting, being friends that can't hang out together. We're just gonna do it live.
Really quick, I just want to say the Wolves, man, they're doing so good this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. But anyways,
it's crazy.
I don't know if we came up with a topic to start talking with. But I guess
Justin,
we could.
did you shave? Wait, Justin,
I
you
did.
shave?
I shaved.
I thought you were gonna grow the corn beard out.
I heard that it was not great to have a beard, if especially if you come in contact with others. So I decided to shave. But mainly because I also just needed something different too. It wasn't. I hadn't committed to something that I was getting rid of. I just decided to shave too.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
My kids don't. I don't know if you guys get this, but children do not understand. I can keep a charger working for the entirety of the charger.
Yeah.
And children break them with every mechanism, whether it's the switch, the phones, the computers. And they're like, the chargers break. I'm like, it's not the charger. It's you. Like, you just, they
yank them.
Twisted.
Yeah.
And anyways, they did that to this laptop that I was using. And that's what I was trying to fix. And it drives me crazy. I had to splice it because it's a weird charger. Let me see if I like it. That's too high. I don't like my angle.
The first part of the stream is dedicated to Justin getting it just right.
Wait, so
right.
So what movies have you guys been watching now? Have you been watching anything? Have you been watching TV shows or movies?
We have been watching a lot of both.
Yeah.
Me and the boys watched The Good, the Bad, the Ugly this morning.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
That was their. So we've done a pretty long stint of westerns. Like my oldest loves westerns, and we had not done a Clint Eastwood or a spaghetti. And so I was like, okay, well, you got to do one. So we did Good, the Bad, the Ugly because it popped up on Netflix, and he liked it. He was interested in how long some of the scenes were. Like, I don't know if you know, there's a Reservoir Dogs-ish standoff at the end of the film with 3 guys pointing guns at each other. And it's like a literal 7 or 8 minutes of them staring at each other. Like,
well, it's a long movie too. It's it's 2.5 hours,
and it takes a different toll. It starts getting into Civil War things where you're like, wait a minute, this is a Civil War story. I thought this was just about, So I was interested in that, but they liked it. He was like, obviously it's slow, but I told him that in the beginning.
Are you gonna show him the other two, the Fistful of Dollars and a Few Dollars More?
Well, I think he wants to see. I told him Outlaw Josie Wales is a good one.
Okay.
I think we're Unforgiven's on our list. But we haven't done Unforgiven yet.
Okay.
So that's I wanted to show him young Clint Eastwood and old Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that would be a fun. But out of all of them, and we probably watched 10, Young Guns wins for him. He thought
Okay.
he
They like Young Guns a
1
lot.
and 2, and he kind of sees them both as one story, but like really dug it. And we watched 2 other films that had a Billy the Kid character, and he's like, they just don't play it right. I'm like, oh man, Emilio Estevez stole that role, and you can't have another Billy the Kid other than Emilio Estevez. And so,
are you going to show him what is it, American Outlaws with Colin Farrell? He plays, I think, Jesse James.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Did I see that one?
It kind of came and went really quickly when it came out.
I remember there's one called Jesse James or Posse. There's Posse about Jesse James, and then there's the one with Brad Pitt and Casey Affleck.
The assassination. Yeah, that one's kind of slow.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that one's kind of slow.
Yeah,
Posse is really good with Mario Van
Peebles. Neither of those
Peebles.
are on the list.
Okay.
He did Tombstone. We did some new ones. We did some old ones. Do you know what he couldn't get 5 minutes into? I was like, hey, here's one that's just a little fun. Wild Wild West. He was like,
really?
I'm out.
Well,
and he likes Will Smith. They love Will Smith. They love they've seen a ton of Will, and they're like, he was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, this isn't even funny.
Wow.
What's the one with Heath Ledger? It's an Australian outlaw, I think. Oh, Heath Ledger's an outlaw western.
I don't remember what that one is.
Heath Ledger.
Is it a remake of the one that Mick Jagger starred in way back?
What was it?
I don't want to cheat. I
want to know.
You don't want to cheat?
I don't want to cheat with the internet. Hold on. It's an Australian outlaw, and Heath Ledger is Heath Ledger the hero or the side person? I can't remember him.
Oh, okay. Once I found the name, I know what it is. Yeah.
I mean, besides Brokeback Mountain, could it be that?
No.
I don't think that's Australian.
When I tell you the name, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that movie."
What was it?
Ned Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. I don't think I saw it though.
I was like,
the original version.
As soon as I saw the name, I was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. What westerns? Do you guys have westerns you'd put on a list to show someone into it? Unforgiven's on it that we haven't done yet.
You've already watched probably the ones that like Young Guns,
Silverado,
Tombstone,
we've done Magnificent Seven, the old one and the new one, not the in between one. We've done True Grit.
Okay. Did you do the new one or the old one?
The new one. I don't like John Wayne. Sorry.
All right, so I wouldn't throw any more John Wayne movies out there if you're.
Someone has recommended, and I haven't watched it yet, a John Wayne movie that he would say is the best Western ever. I said it one time on a podcast. I don't remember what it was now. I should ask him because I want to check it out. Cowboys and Aliens.
If you wanted,
that's really interesting.
Since you don't want to do John Wayne, I tell you to do Rooster Cogburn. That's the character from True Grit, the movie after that he made. He's the same character.
I started reading the book True Grit, and it is exactly like the new one, like almost verbatim. They really it's a short book, and they really nailed it with that first one or that second one. Sorry.
I'm trying to think of some other westerns that I would do.
There's a lot of interesting with westerns and watching it with a teenager. There's so much interesting cultural commentary. So obviously there's things about Native Americans that he's always noting. Oh man, they're saying this. A lot about what American frontierism, because he'll ask a lot like, well, what's going on in England at this time, or what's going on in Germany at this time. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, man. And he's like, did they? What he asked today is like, did England have, or Italy? Because we were talking about spaghetti westerns. He's like, did Italy have cowboys? I was like, I don't think other people had cowboys, right? Or please correct me if I'm wrong. Because I was like, I think we just came here and went apeshit with our exploring wild. We're just gonna explore, and anyone can do it. There's no law. You do whatever you want. Whereas everyone else, if you conquered and explored, it was usually with an army or a team or a larger group of conquerors going into new lands, not just 5 guys who decide to start going towards the sun at night. And But I don't know. I don't know if that's true. What, do you guys know? I don't know either. I mean, I'm sure the internet.
I mean, Paul would probably know more than we would have.
Yes. Are there
Westerns
English
in England?
cowboys, please? Oh, it's Paul frozen.
That
Well,
made him
Uh-oh, I think we lost
that
Paul.
question-
Well,
that
it's like
We
question
did.
made
out
him,
of this conversation.
peace
Okay.
out.
What about I'll take him out until he can reconnect. But 310 to Yuma. Oh, I know one. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh, we haven't done Butch Cassidy. That's good. That's good.
Yep, there he is. He's back.
Paul, we thought that question
Paul, did you hear the
really
question
kicked
we
you out.
asked you?
I didn't hear a thing. No.
So we were asking you. The question was, my son asked today, were there cowboys in Italy or England or any other part of the world? My answer was, I don't think so. But or were there cowboys?
No.
Because my theory is,
There you go.
in the rest of the world, when we explored new places,
I
it was
think
with
they're
an
called
army
pirates.
or a conqueror. Whereas here, they came and they're like, well, just go west and 4 of you can go and see what you get.
Yes, that was it. So there was more like invasions, like Vikings, the Romans. So it was like more from other countries rather than internally. The big internal strife we had was the War of the Roses, which was like the North and the South kind of like went at it. But no, we didn't have that. You've got to remember, Britain is really small. So there was no land to go out and find.
Right. I guess
the
the closest would be exploring into like the Celtic lands and stuff, right? And that would have been more Catholicism, correct? Like to... Did we lose him again?
Frozen.
You're frozen.
Oh,
I can't tell
no!
because he's also a still person.
Did we lose him again? I think we lost him again.
All right.
So a couple others I'd ask you is Open Range with Kevin Costner.
And Robert Duvall?
Yes.
It's in like 3 hours.
I think it might be. It might be long, so your kids might be. Have you shown them the Magnificent Seven, either the old one or the new one?
Yes, the new one. So they love the new one. Graydon watched the new one after watching a bunch of other ones and thought it was funny how culturally appropriate they were trying to be. Where his opinion of Westerns is that they are not culturally appropriate.
What about that movie that we saw a couple years ago, Hostels?
Oh, I haven't done that.
Oh, I love that movie.
Or the one with Leo. He did watch his first Scorsese movie. We did Gangs of New York.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh.
Yeah, he thought it was odd, but he liked it.
I think we got him back.
Paul!
You made it back.
Looks like hang on. I think my headphones are working. It looks like tonight's the night that my Wi-Fi's decided to suck.
We just upgraded our internet the other day because everybody's at home using it all the time. So I had to bump up our speed. Oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, we've seen problems because a lot of the people around us, our neighbors, are now working from home.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Paul,
like
were those Commodore 64s behind you?
My AirPods.
Oh, I can't multitask. That's like crazy.
Okay.
There he is.
You're back again. Hey, are those Commodore 64s?
You know what this is like?
They're probably old Macs.
What? No, they're
those computers.
The computers.
They're Macs.
Oh.
Oh man, you have a lot of them.
He collects old Apple products.
Oh, gotcha. Do you have stock in Apple?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not really a good thing at the moment. It's not that great. But I'm confident we'll hit back. So.
All right. So what are we really supposed to be talking about? I know it's not westerns.
We don't have anything.
We didn't have anything. Nobody came up with we didn't come up with any kind of topic. It was just kind of like, hey, what have you been watching? Like for me, I finished Tiger King finally.
Finally.
Have your top 3 westerns of all time?
I don't have any westerns that I like.
I think mine would probably be.
None. You have none. No westerns.
No, that's not a thing. I just don't remember them. They're not my favorite type of genre.
Okay. My top 3 would be
I
Tombstone, Young Guns, and probably The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Ooh,
Hostels would probably be
Um,
at the top for me because I like
I'm
that one.
checking
the most.
Letterboxd for my top 5 because I know Young Guns is definitely in there. I'm trying to remember what else I put.
Yeah,
If
an
you can go to
older.
Letterboxd.
Speaking of the, Young Guns and that cast, we just rewatched the Three Musketeers on Disney Plus today with Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen, Oliver Platt.
Oh, in my top 5 westerns, I have Tombstone, Young Guns, Unforgiven, Silverado, and the original Magnificent Seven with Yul Brynner.
Okay.
Oh, I love Yul Brynner.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Right.
See, I'd be tempted to pick. I'd like really go off track a bit. I would have Young Guns because I love Young Guns, and then the others would kind of almost be mashups. I'd have to put Blazing Saddles in there. It's not a western.
When's the last time you watched Blazing Saddles?
Oh, I watched it for a while.
Oh, see, I tried watching it a couple months ago, and I remember being like, "Oh man, can we watch this anymore?" Don't know we can.
There's a lot of things like that.
Oh, it's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would put Westworld in there, the film. Talking about Yul Brynner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Again,
good.
it's sci-fi rather than western, but his character in that, you would not mess with that.
I haven't seen it. How close to it is it to, the show or whatever?
It's as close as the original Battlestar Galactica was to the remake.
Interesting.
So it's like a million miles away.
Are you watching Westworld, the show?
But it's definitely worth watching. I'm catching up on it because, again, when I first started watching it, I loved the film that much. I was kind of like, oh, okay, we're taking it deeper, which is fine. I get it. It's more intellectual than just a robot going nuts, So it was fine, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't really have the time now because of the extra time we've all been allotted. I'll probably watch it. So.
Yes. What about
I
Maverick, Justin? Have you shown the boys Maverick?
Oh, now, yes, they have seen Maverick.
Okay.
Because Graydon also, my oldest, likes poker a lot.
Okay.
He's a good poker player, way better than I am. And so we did like a poker series. We did like Rounders. We did Maverick. And I think I threw either Cool Hand Luke or that 21... Something else in there that had to do with gambling. I don't know what it was. Or maybe Ocean's 11. I don't know what it was. There was 3 we watched. We seem to watch things in series.
I would consider Three Amigos a Western. I love it. It's like a Western comedy.
I mean, it's definitely this. It's got the town in peril. We need people to help us, and a ragtag group helps us.
And then this one, Mandalorian. I mean, it's got a Western feel to it. Western in space.
Firefly, for that matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this week I've caught up on the Tiger King, and then we watched
Do you think Carol killed her husband?
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, did you hear that there's a new episode coming out this week?
What?
Yes. I read it online today. They're releasing just a one-off episode this week.
No way.
Yeah.
When is it released?
They didn't say.
In your opinion, are they all? If you're in this world at all, you are just that crazy.
Oh,
they're all crazy.
They all are.
There's not one good, innocent person there.
Who are taking sides, like, oh, this person's good and that person's not. I'm like, no, they're all bad.
Well, especially the
one
guy who's the guy with the biker coat and the I forgot his name.
What's his name? Jeff.
Yes, that guy. He is like the biggest con man there is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, none of those people are good people.
They got to be making a whole show dedicated to the doc guy, the guy that has like 5 young wives.
The one who has the cult.
His own show, clearly, right?
Oh, he has to. I think they've talked of a season 2, which I feel season 2 has to be like those other people.
Justin, they're making one that's like a Tiger King that's like a movie edition. And guess who's going to be Carol Baskin?
Oh, yeah.
I already saw who.
Kate McKinnon.
Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Yes. Did you see Jack Shepard tweeted, like, if I'm not Tiger King, which is perfect.
Did you
He'd
hear?
be the
I know
perfect
everyone's going
Tiger
for
King.
that, but he can't be it. He's already been him.
Well, and Carol Baskin
Was
came
him.
out and said she wants them to use CG tigers for the show.
Oh, really? Sorry, I just took Tylenol in case anyone's wondering what I just popped in my mouth. Kristen and I went running yesterday. I was feeling down. I was like, let's run. That usually seems to get me. And first time ever, I hit one of those big chunks in the sidewalk, and I tripped and felt like a stupid toddler fell, like straight onto my knee and onto my hands and scraped my arms and like
no.
I mean, I felt hard, like right onto my knee, and my knee is like busted open.
Ew.
I'm limping back, bleeding down into my shoe.
My friend
And
Anna
so-
did that once.
Anyways, my knee is all like inflamed, so I took Tylenol. Because
Anna did that one time when she was running. She was somewhere. She was like on Madison Road, and she calls me and she's like, "You have to come pick me up." And I picked her up, and like her whole knee was broke, like busted up. And I just remember like
I fell.
I was like
It
rinsing it
sucks.
out because there was still asphalt in her leg. And she was like, "I don't
sorry,
even feel it,
Anna.
Ashley." And she's like poking it. She's
And-
like, "I can't even feel it."
You're hit with several things. You're hit with pain. You're hit with embarrassment. You're hit with like
she was embarrassed.
shame, and then you're hit with like, why am I old and falling and now I can't run? Yeah.
So, Paul, is there anything you've been watching this week in your quarantine home?
I've been going to my comfort movies
Which are?
as well as my comfort food. So like it's just
Yes.
all about finding anything that's like this warm blanket that you can wrap around you. So yeah, lots of toast and
Toast.
actually
Toast?
there's lots of toast. There's a great. I'm sorry. Before we go to movies, there's a great British comedy show called Toast of London.
Toast of London.
Toast
Okay.
of London. It's
Okay.
really out there, really bizarre. If you get the chance, watch it. I think it's on. It's definitely on one of the streaming net services now. It's either Netflix or Hulu. But if you watch really carefully, I think in the first or second episode, there's a really, really young Daisy Ridley. But it's,
nice.
Really?
So
it's really fun.
when you
Yeah.
say toast, you're just talking about bread in a toaster, and then it pops up, and then you
Yeah.
put something on
You put butter on.
Oh my god.
and
yeah,
that's
I
toast.
I love
Nothing
toast.
fancier.
Nope. Oh, you can go crazy
Nope.
and put like jam on it, but like no.
Go crazy. Wait, jam
So
is crazy.
Peanut butter,
Jam is
jam,
crazy?
honey.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
Calm
cool,
down.
but no toast. See, okay, the problem. Okay, the problem is you need proper bread, and most of the bread you buy in America is not real bread. It's
Right.
really
When you say proper bread, what's proper bread though?
just
like Texas
just
toast?
like bread. Okay, no. It can be any shape, any size you want. If down here in Cincinnati, we have a place called Jungle Gyms. We can go there,
Okay.
get decent bread. And the difference is, if I leave a loaf of bread out, if I just go and buy a toasted bread or whatever from any store, I can leave that out for about 6 weeks in America. It's not even going to go moldy. It's not even going to go anything. Proper fresh bread will go moldy within about 3 days.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
all
And
my
there's
bread
so
here.
much difference. It just tastes so much better.
Oh yeah.
So,
we
so,
make
yeah,
our
you just-
own bread a lot.
oh my
and
god, I'm
that-
starving now.
That
Yeah, so
makes
that's
sense.
all it is. Yeah, it just tastes better. Yeah. And there was some question about movies.
You said you were going
What are
through
your
your
comfort
comfort
movies?
movies.
Yeah, so guilty pleasures. Obviously, Rise of Skywalker has just been released.
Yeah.
So I kind of like keep
I haven't
that.
rewatched that yet.
I mean, obviously could lead to a whole 2-hour conversation, but I'm kind of like a
Well, yeah,
piece of
you're
it
a
at the
Star
moment.
Wars dude.
Yeah, and I kind of liked it, so I'm kind of okay. There's issues, but I'm okay with that. So that's getting a lot of viewings at the moment, which then leads me into, well, let's watch Empire Strikes Back. And let's
Are you
go and-
watching the new Clone Wars season?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm up
good.
to date
It's
on
really
that.
good. I like
It's
it.
good, yeah. I like that, yeah.
It's really good.
And I'll go and rewatch some of the original trilogy. Everybody that knows me, I'm sure Brad could predict one of my favorite films, which I've been watching quite a lot.
It's probably one we just screened last year.
Spotting.
There you
Scott
go.
Pilgrim versus the World.
I thought
got
you
it.
were gonna go for the Colors one that you continually watch, Brad.
That's me,
Oh
Color
my
Out of
gosh.
Space.
He's predicted what I was. So like
Even my wife has gotten to a point where she's like, "Are you watching that flippin' movie again?"
Yeah. At this point, I
I
think
did
you're
that
just
the
doing
second
it to
time that you
do it,
watched
not
it.
because you're actually enjoying it.
Oh, I am
You
fully
can't enjoy
enjoying
it,
it.
Craig.
Oh, I am. I am fully
There's no
enjoying
way.
I don't understand.
No
this.
way.
I don't understand this.
the most recent film, we did watch Birds of Prey because my wife wanted to watch it.
I like
Nice.
Birds of Prey.
I like Birds of Prey.
We enjoyed it, despite because obviously I didn't get a lot of great reviews. So I was kind of like, okay, then here we go. Here goes nothing. But I kind of like that genre. I'm a big Tank Girl fan. The comics over the film, really.
That's a great
I-
comparison.
Yeah. So I kind of really like that genre. So I'm all about it. I'm one of these weird people. And I think we're all kind of similar souls because obviously I've watched your streams and listened to your podcast for a while. So I can enjoy stuff that just flows over me.
Yeah.
Just give me something that'll float. That's what I'm in the mood for. That's what I want to watch. Just give me that. I'm fine. And I can sit down for 3 hours and listen to amazing dialogue from Tarantino. I think we're all that kind of a person. Like it's what you're in the mood for. So yeah, Birds of Prey I didn't really have a problem with.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you did.
Has
That's the most
anyone-
recent film we've seen.
Has anyone started Hunters?
No,
The
I've
one
heard
on,
it's really good though. Anna,
on
I
Prime?
think Anna
8
did.
episodes in, and it's aces, man. It's a
Okay.
comic booky, so it's very bombastically comic booky, like a lot of weird kind of like scenes, but mixed in with a small bit of truth. That I guess I was just according to the internet, I looked this up because like, is this true? That
Crazy.
America right after that war, everything was so crazy that they did literally bring, especially NASA scientists or any people they thought were credible, they relocated them to America to work for United States, even though they were Nazi criminals.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
I heard
based-
about this.
It's based on that truth, but then of course it goes in this bombastic way. But it's, if you can't stomach hard shit, I mean, every time they find a new Nazi, it shows you what they did back in the country, and it's like horrible, all of them. But it's really good. I loved it, and it's kind of like a comic booky Nazi film with a little bit of heart and a little bit of comedy. So I liked it. It's really good. I'm 8 episodes into 10. I
Wait,
think.
is it so a documentary or no?
What's that?
No,
Documentary?
it's a show with Al Pacino.
Yeah, Al Pacino's in it. The kid who's Percy Jackson is the main
Oh,
dude.
okay.
Either
Did you
Percy
ever
Jackson or
watch
the
that-
Maze Runner. One of those two. I don't remember. They both
Did
look
you ever
the
watch
same
that
to me.
one documentary about the guy who the courts thought he was the really like terrible Nazi killer, and he worked for like something really innocuous, and like he was loved by the community, and then all of a sudden the U.S. government's like, wait, no, you're this Nazi we've been hunting for.
Yeah.
And then there
That
was this
reminds me of
huge
The Reader.
trial.
Remember The Reader with Leonardo DiCaprio?
What was that?
I don't know
called?
that one.
No, Kate Winslet. She won the Academy for it, and she was, a woman who was reading to this young boy to read to him, and ended up becoming like in her past she was a Nazi. She held the doors for the.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's crazy. It's really good. And so, anyways, I've been watching that, but on top of that, apparently that's the topic of all the kids' schooling right now. So
Okay.
Archer is reading Boy in the Striped Pajamas. He finished it, and we decided to watch it as a family, the movie.
Ooh.
And Archer, in his naivety as a young kid, a 10-year-old, was like, oh, it's so good, and it ends so good. And we're like, yay! And we're watching it, and we're like, what? And he's like, this isn't how the book ends. And we're like, I don't think that's true. So Kristen went, but the book is very ambiguous to where and we never saw the boy again. Sort of so Archer interprets that as, I guess they lived.
Oh, okay.
But they all
Of course, Archer thought that.
And so we're all mortified that night. And then Graydon has to do a 3-hour YouTube documentary on the rise of Hitler. So I watched that with him. And so we're I'm inundated in Nazi
Hitler.
Germany Hitler stuff right now. That's
Wait, so did you tell Archer what actually happened?
Yes. Well, he watched the movie and he's like, "That didn't happen." Then we read it, and Kristen's like, "It did happen. It's just very ambiguous because you're not seeing them anymore." Like it ends with in the book, it ends with the two boys holding hands and them saying, "You're my best friend," and then it says, "Then we never saw the boys again," meaning they died in the gas chamber. But
yeah,
he didn't see it that way. He said, "Well, I guess we never saw him again."
God love him. He's so sweet.
I know, and he was like, "What? This isn't the book." But it's pretty bad. And,
but yes, Anna's right. The Devil Next Door is the series that I'm talking about. The Devil Next Door. You should watch it.
She said he grew up in the suburb. She grew up in Cleveland.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So yeah, we've been doing that. I've been doing Hunters on my own. I can't think of anything else that's new.
I haven't watched too many. I rewatched Birds of Prey. What else have I watched? I watched the Bloodshot. I watched The Hunt. They were.
Despite my advice, the boys started watching Lego Masters. I think it's a horrible.
Ew.
We love that show.
I think
you know it.
Poorly done.
We love it.
Poorly done show.
We were really upset that there wasn't one episode this week.
They're not that creative. The whole time I'm like, if you gave me this entire palette of all unlimited Lego blocks, I could make any of these things. Like nothing's that impressive to me. I'm like, I guess that's fine.
There's some pretty impressive ones that
but
they do.
If you had all the Legos right there readily available to you, you don't think you could create any of those things? The whole time I'm like, they're okay.
I mean, they're doing it in a certain amount of time.
15 damn hours. That's a lot of time.
But some of those structures are gigantic.
Like a cooking show where you have 20 minutes or something. It's like 15 hours.
Yes, the other show we've been watching lately is The Masked Singer. We've been really into that.
I love that show.
Have you seen the preview? We just saw it tonight for the first time on Hulu for Tag. Ultimate Tag, it's a game show. It basically looks like American Gladiators.
Okay.
Playing tag through these crazy obstacle courses.
I'm in.
It looks, and there's
these
like wrestler type characters who are always there, like you'll never get me. It looks awesome. I can't wait for that to come out.
They're not social distancing.
I heard a rumor today that Disney is going to go ahead and release like all these like Artemis Fowl.
Yes, Artemis Fowl.
To the theater, it's just going to go straight to Disney Plus.
They announced that Artemis Fowl is coming to Disney Plus.
I love that book series.
They haven't said the date yet, but it's coming to Disney Plus. And then they announced dates. Is
that a loss of money for them?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, they're hoping that a lot of people subscribe just to watch it. So they can make some money. But I honestly don't. I'm not sure how profitable it would have been in the theater. I think it would have done decent money because of the fans of the book.
I don't know how many people read the book series. We did just with the kids,
but they did announce
the book series.
The dates for they said Mulan's coming out in July. Now,
Mulan.
And
are they just releasing it to Disney Plus or
no? It's coming to theaters in July, and then they moved Black Widow to November, which pushed Eternals to next year. So they kind of dominoed everything down. And then Top Gun, they pushed back to December. It's coming out on Christmas. They announced this week.
Oh, I was actually excited about that.
Now we get Merry Cruisemas because we got Tom Cruise for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
So,
I
was waiting for it. But a lot of movies have been pushed to next year. A lot of studios are just like, we're gonna put it out next year.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and Onward just landed on Disney Plus on Friday.
Yeah, I know. And Liz, I'll tell you what, me and the family a week and a half ago bought Onward or rented it for $20 on Amazon Prime because we were like, oh, $20 is way cheaper than the $50 we would have paid for us all to go.
Wait,
and now it's
Onward
free
was
on Amazon
rented
on
for
Disney
$20?
Plus. I'm so mad. What's that?
You can buy Onward for $20.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we
don't
don't want to own anything. We're not into that. We just wanted to watch it once.
But you could buy. You could have just paid and owned it for $20 and then not had to worry.
Yeah, but like I've never heard of a rental being $20.
Own this thing digitally when it's always readily available digitally.
There's a lot of studios that are doing premium rentals, like Invisible Man, The Hunt, Emma. They're coming at their $20 rentals because they were just in the theater, so they're like, all right, we're gonna try to still make some money off of them. But other Bloodshot, Onward, and stuff are on sale for $20. They're like, you know what? Here, you can just buy it.
Chris and I rented a lot. We rented Jojo Rabbit. We rented because that was the one Oscar.
Wait, did you like Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, it's really good.
I did not like it.
Oh, you didn't like it?
So Liz was asking what you thought of Onward. I really enjoyed it. Like my boys really want to watch it again, so we'll probably watch it again this week.
Definitely heartfelt. Definitely tearjerker. I liked it a lot.
And as a father with boys,
I wasn't like awed by it, but I thought it was really good.
I think as a like for you too, like a father with boys, I think it's something that can really like get you.
Now, have you heard
trying to hit your heartstrings
of the guy who wrote it?
No.
It really was a true story of his dad had passed away, and all they had was like his shoes and sounds of his dad's dancing. So it was based all around that. That's why.
See, if I would have known that story before seeing it, I probably just would have been bawling the whole time.
So it's really based on a real fact of they only could hear their dad walking around and and dancing.
Oh
and
man,
stuff,
No,
it was really good. I liked the world they created. I could have watched more of that world.
This week, this coming Friday, the second Trolls World Tour comes out, but it's also a $20 rental.
I love Trolls.
It's going to be a $20 rental. We've already decided our boys want to see it, so we're going to pay the $20 to rent it, which, it's cheaper than us taking them to the theater. So
not cheaper for me.
Chris and I rented Bombshells, and that was really good.
The one with
surprised it didn't do better.
The one with Margot Robbie and Charlize Theron. I want to see that. I haven't seen that yet.
Nicole Kidman. Really good. Oh, I think we rented a bunch. We had a time where we were like, okay, we can't be renting any more movies. So we gotta stop.
And what is it? Lovebirds? That comedy?
Oh, and that got pushed off, right?
It's supposed to be coming out on Netflix. Netflix bought it.
They were doing a lot of promo for it.
Yeah.
I heard it got pushed out.
Yeah, Netflix bought it. They haven't set a release date for it yet, so it should be coming soon.
With Camille Nanjiani.
Yes. I thought it looked pretty funny.
Yeah. Ooh, someone texted me at midnight the other night, and I was awake, and they were like, hey, have you watched this? And I was like, no, but I'll watch it now. And I watched the newest Mark Maron special, which, if you are easily offended, you should never watch it. Especially the last 30 minutes of it is the most offensive thing I may have ever heard. But it's really funny, especially if you're older, because he just talks about people not understanding answering machines and how things were, and but it's before the coronavirus, but it is all about, it's called The End of the World, so it's all about everything just collapsing. And he has a really good bit on turmeric, the spice. That's really funny. But
who is this?
The last 20 minutes is about Mike Pence and Jesus doing oral favors for each other. So
Jesus, who is this? What is this?
Who is this? But if that made you excited, then you should totally watch it. So.
Justin,
right.
What?
Who is this?
Mark Maron.
I found a clip here. We're gonna watch a clip of the show that Paul said.
Oh, Toast of London, Series 2.
Oh my God, Mark Maron.
Hello, Stephen. This is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?
Here we go.
Yes.
I love who's the guy who's the actor? I love him.
Stephen Toast.
No! No, no, no!
Why does he think I'm a waiter?
A lot of people have remarked on it. It's the tash.
I hate everything about your advert.
What kind of asshole doesn't like my adverts?
When things were a little lax for John Nettles, he turned to a spot of poaching.
Poaching? How many rabbits?
3. That's not a rabbit. Looks more like a squirrel.
It's a rabbit.
I can't think of a single person on this earth that I have any respect for.
The Rose D'Or winning Toast of London starts Monday at 10:35.
You should
Who's
play
the
that
main guy?
hip hop is so fine from Slate.
You play what?
Nothing.
Who's the guy who plays the main actor in that, Paul?
Is it Mike Berry or Matt Berry?
He wasn't the guy from like vampire series.
No, What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
No, it's him.
It's him.
Yeah,
and he's from the IT crowd as well.
And he was in Flight of the
Yes.
Conchords.
I like the IT crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the IT crowd. It's so funny.
There's another show called The Day Today, which is a precursor of all of these, which was like a mockumentary of a news show, like a half-hour news briefing. And they do it really straight-faced. It's a lot of people from the IT crowd. And
Okay.
if you come into it cold, like I did the first time I watched it, I honestly thought it was a news show. But really quickly you realise that it isn't. Yes, Clan Fandango. Sorry, Lizzie's quoting from the show now. If you kind of like, if you didn't know, you'd be like, what is this going on about? And the news stories get more and more ridiculous. But they do it so straight-faced that it's like, it's a totally bizarre show. And it's called The Day Today. Yeah.
Have you been following Russell Brand's like Facebook?
Yeah.
No.
It's so good. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's one thing I never thought I would hear.
Break.
Okay. We'll just drop him out, and then when I see him sit back down, I'll bring him back in.
Yeah. That works.
That's the magic
me
of
too.
StreamYard. Whoa.
I know, right? Oh,
You didn't have to log off. All right, Paul. It's just you and I.
Bathroom. Just you and I, right? So
You need to take a bathroom break too?
I'm good.
I'll just run this solo.
That's what you should do. You need to have like a little bit of video or something.
I know. I need like
just run it for like 7 minutes, so you can go and have a break. The audience can have a break. I'll give you a little clue. We used to do a show for hospital radio back home, and it was out in a little. It was out in a little separate unit at the hospital. So if you had to take like a potty break, you literally had to leave the radio studio, run into the hospital, take your potty break, and then run back out. And the only way you could do it was if you play Hey Jude, because it was like a 7-minute record. So everybody knew that it was always having a potty break if you were playing Hey Jude.
And now the Cinemaiden's playing her Switch. I can hear it.
Well, I'm downloading Animal Crossing to play later.
There you go.
And then we can become Switch friends. You got to send me your friend code, and then we can visit each other's islands.
It's $60.
I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a Switch game. That's what they cost.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah, when we got like the copy. Hi. Hi.
Now everybody's
like
moving
Wednesday, around. We had to decide if I had to buy a Switch Lite and to the game, just in case I became addicted as well.
I'm a fan of the Switch Lite.
I really like it.
So, about 72 hours ago, I started playing Breath of the Wild for the second time. I have probably cleared more ground in that game in 3 days than I should. I should feel embarrassed about how much I've gone.
Do you have Animal Crossing in your house, Justin?
No, we don't do Animal Crossing. We haven't done anything new. The kids don't care about the Switch stuff. Every now and then, if they can get on Fortnite, they'll do the Switch stuff. But it's mainly PC and Xbox for them, or YouTube. So I get all of the Switch games will come out and they'll get them, but they don't. They're just really into this other people playing with them kind of games.
I just got it.
So they because even all their friends decided to get Red Dead we bought it for them for Christmas. To this day, probably my favorite video game I ever played because I love westerns again, and I loved that game. But they're in it, and they think it's cool, and then they're out of it really quick. They're just like, I just want to play, a battle royale with all my friends, or they're not into these epic by yourself, games, but I am. It's what I grew up on, and so I'm replaying Breath of the Wild, and I could probably end the game now, but I'm trying to do weird things that I never did before, like some weird side quests.
I think I'm with Liz. If I picked Breath of the Wild up again right now, I'd probably have to start over because I would remember where I
started
was
from the very beginning. I deleted.
I restarted it too,
and restarted it from the very beginning. So
yeah.
and so this time, going through it the second time, and sorry if you're not a video game person.
Yes.
If you're not a video game person, this won't make any sense. But playing it the second time, this was my strategy, and it has worked gangbusters. Anytime anyone's selling any kind of crickets or recipes or butter or anything, I buy it all, and I just have it all. I never sell anything unless I need to buy something. And then every time I meet a person who's like, "Oh, I need 10 crickets," I'm like, "Well, here you go."
I always have them,
and I've never not had it. And I always buy arrows whenever I see anyone. I buy 100% arrows, and so I've been everything I've gone to. I'm like, "Oh, I've never run out of supplies," and so it's been a pretty good strategy and pretty easy to coast through the game.
I will say though, I usually get those luminous stones
once. I have a couple horses in the stables because it was part of an objective or something, but I don't use them. I just run and climb mountains, and I didn't do the heart containers. I did all stamina, so now I can just climb mountains like crazy, and I could die a little easier, but I have so much I think I looked today and I needed to heal myself, and I had like 93 apples, so I just like 5 times in a row. And I was like, that's fine. So, anyways, that's my experienced Breath of the Wild playing.
Yeah, do you find yourself playing more games now that you're stuck at home too? Like you restarted Breath of the Wild. Like I play Animal Crossing is what I've gotten into, so I play that a lot, but.
My wife would rather us not play the video game, so this is the last 3 days I've been really into that, because we were doing some intense board gaming. So we're playing this game called Gloomhaven. That's pretty, it's like over 100 scenarios of sitting down and playing something, so we do that.
We've been doing puzzles, a lot of puzzles, and then we have played, not really board games, but just like quick games. Like we just got Exploding Kittens that the boys enjoy playing, and we got... That's
a good one.
Throw Burrito. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Throw Burrito is great too.
They really like that. I think they like it because they get to throw foam burritos at each other. So
yes,
I mean, who wouldn't have fun doing that?
Yeah.
But like I said, Animal Crossing, yeah.
So actually, no westerns at all.
I don't like westerns
at all.
They're not something I get into. I would like horror more than a western, I think.
Really?
Paul, what is your least favorite genre of film?
Me?
Yeah. Sci-fi, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if I actually have one.
Well, if you had to pick them all, what would be the last one you're picking to watch?
Generally, period dramas. I just heard my wife explode in the bedroom.
I'd probably pick it more last. If I had like other things to watch, I would probably be the same way. One of the last things, yeah. I do like period films, but I like more of the action type of period film.
I love period films, but I just don't like western.
That's what I say to Liz. If Liz is watching a period drama, I'm always like, "Oh, this is awesome," but where are the spaceships?
Yeah,
and that's kind of.
So, like, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies was a great combo for you.
I love that, and I do still. I must admit this again. The first time I watched the Pride and Prejudice, the BBC one, with Colin Firth. That was like fantastic. I loved it. So
you didn't like it? I didn't see it.
Oh, fantastic!
It's nothing compared to the new one.
Oh no, the new one. Anyways, the really good thing about it was that that made us get a Blu-ray player. because
Oh, really?
they remastered it. They remastered it, and again, Liz is a massive Jane Austen fan. That's one of her favorite things. And she was like, I don't need it. I don't need a Blu-ray. I've got multiple VHS copies. I've got remastered DVD, blah, blah, blah. And then we saw a clip of the remastered Blu-ray. And it just literally, the Blu-ray blew us away. Don't try
Who
to
would
say
have thought that
fast,
would have
my
made a
friend.
difference?
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. And you can go on YouTube and find out. They'll talk about the restoration process and show side-by-side comparisons.
Huh.
And it was absolutely we need to buy this. We really need to buy this now.
Oh, Liz is angry at you, Paul.
You're in trouble.
I knew it was coming, so it's all right. I'll just sleep in here tonight.
No, period films end up being. I learned so much because I don't know a lot of things. And when I watched, what was it? And you'll probably laugh because it's not a real period piece, but the one with Kirsten Dunst when she was
yeah,
Neat Cake. What is that? Marie Antoinette.
Okay.
So I watched that knowing nothing. And I'm watching it, and then I'm talking to somebody else later on. I was like, oh, yeah, I like this. Like, they got away in the end, and he goes, what? I was like, yeah, they got in the carriage, and they escaped in the end. And she goes, do you not know the history? I was like, I don't know the history. And he goes,
that's just like
they
when we
were
watched
being escorted to be assassinated and beheaded.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That changes the whole film. And that also happened with Australia when I watched that. Like, I had no idea that Australia
Australia's a
was
great
bombed when Pearl Harbor was bombed. I had no idea that that was a real thing. I was like, what? Like, and that's like one of like 3 or 4 movies where I didn't know the history, and I feel really dumb afterwards. I was like, I didn't know that was real. Like, anyways, so period pieces I always feel like teach me something, so I like it.
It depends on the period piece. Like Elizabeth, I love with Kate Blanchett. That's one of my favorite movies I love. But then other times I'm just like, it just doesn't grab me. Like,
have you guys ever watched Outlander?
No.
I don't think that's for men.
No.
I have received the residual benefits of Outlander, though.
It's wonderful.
I
learned a lot about Scottish history from it.
You get benefits for watching it?
No.
Right.
You get benefits for your spouse watching it.
Okay. It's good to know.
Oh, I can believe that.
Apparently, it is very, like, arousing
It
for other people.
Very, it's a very good show.
Yeah,
See,
I've heard it's really good. I've heard the books are really good. I just never watched them. I see the bumper stickers a lot. What she calls Sassenach or something? Sassenach, that's it.
If I watch movies from older periods, I enjoy more, like Kingdom of Heaven or, something like that, where it's battles and swords and stuff like that. But that's because...
What was that? My favorite one is probably The Patriot.
With Mel Gibson?
When the little girl cries and she's like, Papa!
And then what's the other one? What's the other one with...
Oh, yes, Anna, you're so right. The Watchmen did that too, where I was like, although you shouldn't feel bad because they didn't teach us that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know it either.
That history that the Watchmen shows us, but it's for real. That's another one where I was like, I would talk to any of my white friends and I would say, did you know this about Tulsa, Oklahoma? And everyone's like, no, that's crazy. But any African American friend I had, I was like, did you know this about Tulsa, Oklahoma? They're like, yeah, I knew that. They all know. Like we, as white people and white education, they do not teach it. But yes, that is a perfect example of that.
No, it's not The Patriot. It's Braveheart.
Oh.
Yeah, that other Mel Gibson movie.
Sorry.
Good, because we were all judging you on The Patriot.
No.
Yeah, we were all like, when Mel Gibson literally says, that's representation without taxation, or whatever he says.
Braveheart. I apologize.
So do you have a top? Do you have a top
like
period piece type movies that you enjoy, Justin? Like I know you like lists.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Do our
What is the
on the
list?
fly top list.
It's an on the fly top list. Okay.
Hold on, sorry, I didn't
Everybody
hear
has to
you
give their
guys
top
were
3.
cutting out. What is it?
Put headphones on, Justin.
I don't have any. It's an iPad. I can't plug them in to it
Yes, you can.
because it's the weird thing.
You
You
just need different
that like
headphones.
special adapter.
All right.
Well,
I'll get you one.
she'll do on the fly top this. So
Everybody
like we did last
top
time, where
period
we'll go
pieces.
around and so mine. I'm going to start off with that. What are your top 3 period pieces?
Okay.
Movies.
All right, hold on. let me
Period
think for a second.
movies. I have to think of
Top
my
3
third
period
one.
Pieces.
Period era. I don't even know what, like, when you say a period movie, what like range of time period do you like put that in?
Yes, Liz. Liz, you're right. It means like outsider, Saxon. You're right. I also agree that it's a weird nickname. It's weird because they even say that in the beginning of the show, Liz, about like how Sassenach is technically like a insult, and then everyone thinks it's so cute. I agree with you.
I guess I don't, know. All right.
Hey, what was the movie we
In
saw
history,
this
at
year?
least 50
or
years
last
back.
year? What was the movie that was nominated for Academy last year? We watched it. I thought it was really good. She won Best Actress as the Queen of something. And it was Emma Stone was in it. And
Why am I drawing?
Oh, you're talking about
back and forth. They had like a lesbian relationship, but not really.
it's
The Favorite?
Yeah.
The Favorite.
That might be in mine. I like that one a lot.
That is definitely. Liz said a period piece would be in history at least 50 years back. So Star Wars is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Would that count?
Star Wars is not
that's a period piece.
Dang it.
Hold on, I gotta think for a second.
I gotta think too for a second.
I guess you could throw Gone with the Wind in there, like.
That's a period piece.
All right. I think I have my top 3.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
That's fine.
What about like something like The Man in the Iron Mask? Would that be a period piece?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not putting it in there. I just was wondering.
You're just trying to figure out time period of like, or styles of movies, I guess, right?
I feel like I already. And Ashley, you cannot say Pearl Harbor.
Why? It's a
It is
real
a
movie.
It is
You're
a
talking
his-
about
We're
Gladiator.
not counting it. We're not counting it.
Gladiator.
the historical
There you
movie
go.
of Gladiator.
Wait, Liz, what are you saying yes to? Are you agreeing with me?
Oh, I think she was saying yes to your Man in the Iron Mask.
Yeah.
All right, I have one.
Wait, did you say I
two.
can include Gladiator?
I have 1, 2.
You can include the historical movie that is Gladiator.
No, that doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No, it's not a period piece. It's just a fiction.
But it's set in a period of time that
But
is.
you can't throw
That's
in
real.
any fiction that just happens to mention real people.
What?
I think a period piece represents a real
Pride and Prejudice
period
is
of
not a
time.
period piece then.
Yeah, that's fiction.
All right.
But-
well,
I feel like you're
It doesn't
just
have to
being.
be-
I just feel like period piece isn't ancient.
I
It's
don't
a period,
think.
What?
Not an
That
ancient
doesn't
time.
even make sense.
Oh, because here's my reasoning. Because I feel like a period piece is clearly defining a period in which we know. Whereas
Correct.
when we go into ancient
You know, the
times,
Roman
we're
Empire.
only guessing. We don't know. We're guessing a lot. Whereas period, we know. And you're wearing period costumes. We don't know what they really wore in ancient gladiator. We can guess. And we can go off of some educated guesses.
I feel like
but we
you're
don't
stretching
know.
just to make
feel
sure
like
that I
period
can't
is
use
within
Gladiator.
known history.
You're
That's my-
stretching. You're stretching.
All right.
See,
I
thank
get
you,
it.
Liz.
Fine. Liz is the decider of all
She is.
Do you
She's
know
over
what
the
was
Cinemaster.
no? You know what was really funny about when we started talking about this, and I was like, I'm not going to say it. But one of the reasons, I'm not saying I don't enjoy watching period pieces, is Liz is a real historian. So she's researched what the clothing was and what everything was made of. So if something is on screen isn't correct, she'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like, I'd be like, "It's like Star Wars." I'd be like, "That guy thinks he's Mace Windu and his lightsaber isn't purple. What kind of bullish is?" It's the same thing where she's really all over it. So if anything's wrong, I get to learn about it, which is good. But
Anna.
it's one of those.
Anna in with the logic here. What about the sculptures and paintings that show Roman period culture clothing?
Fine.
Fine.
I'm glad that you just said fine.
All right, I got one.
Well, you need 3.
Hold on. I got 2. And I have 3. All right.
Okay.
Well, all right, you got your 3. Go ahead.
I got my 3. Ready? Number 1.
Is this a particular order or just you're putting 3 out there?
No, particular order. Life is Beautiful.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson. It's
interesting.
Not Vietnam. Maybe Vietnam? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was Vietnam.
It was good. And number 3 is Marie Antoinette, because I really did like that film. Those are my 3.
Okay.
All right. Good picks.
Do you have your 3?
Okay, I'll go next. All
right, go for it.
1, Braveheart, because I already told you about that one. And fun fact, I did go in the William Wallace Monument, and I did see the actual Braveheart sword, which was pretty fun.
Ooh.
They think it's the real one. We don't know for sure. And then
do you know that
the
I
next one
always
is
think that he really says they may take our wives, but they may never take our freedom, since the whole beginning of the movie is about him taking wives. But everyone's like, no, he says take our lives, which I guess makes sense. But within the context of the movie, it would make more sense if he said they may take our wives, but they never can take our freedom. Anyways.
Okay.
Same with Willy Wonka when he sings anything you
Same
want
with
to.
Willy Wonka?
Instead of anything you want to do it should be anything you want to, because he takes a bite. He should say chew it.
Chew it.
But he doesn't. He says anything you want to do it.
Okay.
But I refuse to believe that interpretation, so I go to anything you want to chew it. There's nothing to
You're
it.
such an idiot.
Braveheart and Willy Wonka, both the same.
No.
On the same plane for you right there.
And they're writing.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right, Cinemaiden.
Jane Eyre.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Which Jane Eyre? Which one's
The
Jane Eyre?
2011 one. Which one is Jane Eyre?
Nicole Kidman, is that the one where she drowns herself?
No. Jane
That's
Eyre,
Virginia
it's
Woolf.
the girl. It's the girl from what's her name? Hold on, let me look it up. Mia Wasikowska.
Right.
This girl, you've seen her before.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
This girl.
She's from Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, that's it.
Unfortunately.
And then what was the other one? Justin, you threw me off.
I don't even know what were your
Was
2?
it
Jane Eyre.
Gladiator?
And...
Oh, Little Women.
Okay.
Little Women.
Little Women.
Okay.
Great.
That's what it is.
Hold on. Which one?
Little Women.
Which one?
The old one.
Yeah. Hold on. The Winona Ryder one.
Yeah.
Booyah! Correct.
Thanks for making sure I was correct, Justin.
Because that's a good. I like that one better actually. The new one's good, but that one's better.
All right, Paul.
My third choice is probably the most British thing I'm going to say tonight, which is Chariots of Fire.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. So, Paul, are you in a particular order?
This is my third choice, so I'm going to build up to
so
the
it's
number
not,
one.
Chariots of Fire. Great.
Okay,
great
so
pick.
it is a particular order.
That's a great one.
It's
yeah, that is
yeah,
one.
Second one is Amadeus.
Oh,
Rock me,
that movie
Amadeus.
messed me up
That's
as a
good.
kid.
That's good.
I watched it a lot when I was a kid, and it always messed me
Hold
up.
on. You watched it a lot as a kid?
As a kid.
That's bad.
Amadeus?
A lot?
A lot. I watched it a lot.
A lot.
Dad, please put on Amadeus. Let's watch that again.
Did it rock you?
It did not do good things for my childhood, I don't think.
Of course it didn't.
Okay.
And the number one film is probably one of the first films I watched that I was like, when it ended, I was like, there's no way that cannot end like that. I've got to rewind it. This is not a real ending. So I couldn't believe anybody would end a film like this. It's a film called Somewhere in Time.
That's my mother's favorite movie.
Somewhere in Time?
In Time. Yeah, it's
I
Christopher
hate that
Reeves.
movie.
I don't know this film.
I don't know that movie.
And the ending is like,
Richard!
I was like, rewind it. There's no way they're going to end this film this way. There's no way they can end this film this way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was real sad.
So it's a good one.
That's fun. I want to watch this movie now.
You should watch it. It's a good movie. Yeah. I just heard about it too much as a kid.
I just watched it because of the cast, and then was like, totally mortified afterwards. So,
my mom really loves what's the hotel that they filmed it all at? Mackinac Island.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember something about that.
She loves that place
right.
She loves that place because of that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, good pick. Somewhere in Time. Wow. No, Anna, not Titanic.
Wow, Christopher Reeves is in Somewhere in Time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so my three, mine is in particular order, Cinemaiden, as always. My number 3 is a movie called The Big Red One. It's my all-time favorite World War II movie.
Oh.
Has Lee Marvin and Mark Hamill in it.
Ooh.
Number two is Elizabeth with Kate Blanchett. I love that movie a lot. And my number 1 is also one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. It is Kingdom of Heaven. And the director's cut of it, not the theatrical cut, because the director's cut is far better.
The director's cut is far better.
But those would be my 3. I just watched Kingdom of Heaven this last week. It's so good.
So when did Sputnik go into space? Is that over 50 years ago? It is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like the 50s.
So this will be considered technically a period piece. One of my favorite movies when I was younger was also October Sky with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, I liked that was when you were younger. Because I was certainly post college. I think
I was 10. I was 10 or 11 when it came out. And my grandpa and I used to watch it all the time together. I love that movie.
That is interesting.
I mean, remember our last episode where we talked about when she was born in 2017.
Yes.
and we talked about that movie directed by Peter Jackson.
So if you could live in any one period of time, what would it be?
Ooh, interesting.
Kristen always likes period pieces because she likes the way they dress.
Yeah.
But she also is annoyed by the way they dress because the women had to dress a certain way, but she also, on the other side, likes the dresses. So she's always said, that sort of Victorian time.
That's tough.
Mine's definitely in the late to mid 1800s Cowboys.
Okay.
Although your life expectancy is 20, but
yeah,
you're gonna die really quick.
Oh.
I think mine would have to be the early 1900s.
Okay.
I think it'd be the 20s actually. I think I'd like to live in the 20s.
Like right before the Depression?
Yeah, right before the Depression. I want all I want to see the jazz culture and all the alcohol, the prohibition with the alcohol, and I want to see all that. I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Also, I just watched Great Gatsby, and I think that's why that's on my mind.
Yeah. See, I just want to explore and shoot people.
Oh, Justin.
No, I mean, because I'd be like a sweet like gunslinger.
Have you thought of
I
moving
wouldn't
to
be Clint
Texas?
Eastwood.
Well, that's for playing Red Dead Redemption, isn't it? You're like,
Yes,
you know what?
exactly.
I want this to
And
be me.
My character in Red Dead was a good person when he had to be.
Oh my god.
When he had to be. See,
I wouldn't-
mine's tough because I would love to live in the Old West, like gunslinger type of thing. But I'd also, just because I love this movie, and I just rewatched it from Kingdom of Heaven. Like, I love the Crusades, like that time period, and like the way that they're dressed. And
Right.
again, the life expectancy isn't very very long at all. So I'd probably go with that. I'd go kind of like the Crusades, the time of that era.
Paul, what's yours?
It all depends, because I mean, like, I'm obviously thinking about this way too hard, but yeah, it'd be great if you were in Victorian England or America. It depends on your social status, because it's great, you know, we'd have all these wonderful clothes or anything, but you could be living in the gutter. So
Yeah.
if you're affluent, yeah, Victorian would be great. I would literally just have liked to have been born 20 years earlier, just because of like Liverpool was a great place to grow up in. But if I was like 10, 20 years earlier, there'd have been all the Mersey beat going on, like the Beatles were playing locally, but like next to nothing and stuff. So I just think it would have been really interesting to have actually been around at that time. So yeah, so it's not a massive leap, but I think it would be. I've always wished I could have done that. And if I ever meet someone who are like, oh yeah, I saw the Beatles in the Cavern Club and stuff, and I'm always like, oh, you know. So and it's like I said, it's not a massive leap. Either that or 50 years in the future, because I still want my hoverboard. You know, come on, guys, where's my hoverboard?
That reminds me, Paul, of Once Upon a Time in Paris, where the theory is the golden age was always the age right before you. That's where all the artists were and the poets were, because right now everything sucks, and you know, and then each age is the best age, which I like that. I like that idea.
Did you say what Anna said?
From what I understand about growing up anywhere other than the United States, is that you are inundated constantly with history, because you're always like, so a professor in college one time was talking about a fountain that's in Rome, I think, and that fountain has been a Jewish fountain, a Persian fountain, a Roman fountain, and it's always been broke down and built up. And walking right now today, you could go there and see the remnants of so many cultures, and people who lived there just know that there were other cultures before them. Whereas in America, we don't see past 1970. Like, 1970, they had some really crappy buildings, but everything's better and better. You don't see history built up around you. You only see modern. And so I've heard that living anywhere other than America, you're more comfortable with, oh, there were other people before us, and they were here, and they did things too, and we are grounded in that. Whereas Americans have more of an idea of, no, what we're doing now is the most important thing that's happened because nothing else has happened. But that was a professor's theory, and I always liked it.
Because if we take certain cities, I mean, there's one that was close to me called Chester, which was originally, or at one point in its time, it was a Roman city, and they have still a lot of the Roman facilities there. And there's another great place called York, which still has the entire city surrounded by the Roman walls, which fortified the place. So it's obvious that that's Roman walls, and it's well known for it. It's a great place to visit. But in the middle of the city, they have a place called the Shambles, which is all old Tudor English buildings.
Wow.
So there's tons and tons and tons of history kind of like wherever you look. So you are aware of the fact that, you know, people try to invade successfully or not. And yet when we're being educated in school, there is like more of a world view.
Right.
It's not just purely about England. It is because our history incorporates all these little tiffs with other countries, you know, being invaded and being taken over. it does kind of like give you a more rounded view, I think.
Yeah.
And to the point of like, this has a double-edged sword thing to it. For example, in Britain, we would tend to fly a flag. Maybe if it was the Queen's Silver Jubilee or something, they wouldn't be predominantly on display. Whereas in America, you're very proud to fly your flag.
Right.
We even had cases go to court because flying the Union Jack might offend some minorities, which I don't think would ever happen in America. It would be like, yeah, no, you moved here, dude. You fly the flag, or you don't.
Right.
So I think
that's like the Confederate flag for us.
Yeah. And it's not quite it's nowhere near like the Confederate flag.
I mean, ours is aggressive.
He's like, whoa.
I'm just saying the only similar thing we would have is the Confederate flag.
Yeah. And this is and it was kind of weird because I still remember this news article. One of the people that got fined for flying the Union Jack was actually an immigrant from Pakistan, and he had it on his taxi, and yet they were fining him because it would offend him. And he's like, "No, it's my flag now." It doesn't offend me in any way, shape, or form. So it's kind of weird. It's definitely interesting being able to see two cultures. I'm sure the Cinema Maiden can vouch for that at the moment. It's funny. It's good, but it's nice. I think any exposure you get to other cultures is a good thing.
I will say every time I've traveled in like England or Scotland, it's always amazing to think like we don't have buildings as old as you guys do,
right?
In America,
you tell your history down, man.
It's true.
Yeah, and I love.
We didn't
all
leave
the
wigwams and teepees still standing.
Shocking. We don't even want to like
So
realize,
wild.
pretend they existed.
We said you guys have casinos, right? Oh,
exactly. That's terrible. I think that's the other time period I would like to go back to, when Christopher Columbus first landed, and try to like make that encounter less one-sided aggressiveness.
Could you imagine what a different country you could probably like evolve into if you handle that a little bit better?
Yeah. Much better country,
like just go home. Thanks, Chris.
Right.
We don't need it. We've already got one.
no, we're good. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
okay, I have a
favorite
top list.
movie about exploring America. Just kidding.
I have a top list for you guys.
Okay.
Top 3 movies you would like to live in for the rest of your life. This is not just a short period of time. It's the rest of your life.
And do you get to pick the character that you are in the film?
No, you are yourself. You are just dropped in.
So I can't
Outlander
be a
style.
Jedi?
Nope, you're dropped in Outlander style into this world.
you could get dropped into Star Wars, and
But you're not a Jedi. I don't want to be a Normo.
You have to train to be oh my god, a Normo.
I can't be a space wizard in the Star Wars series. That's not worth being in the series. All right,
but you could be a smuggler.
What's that?
You could be a smuggler. You could be a Han Solo.
But I'm not. She said you have to be you. I'm not a smuggler.
Well, you could train to be one.
What,
you
so
could
I
learn
drop
the
in
trade
now in my early 40s and certainly learn to be a smuggler now.
I mean,
yes,
you could.
I don't know if that works. All right, hold on. Let me think. If I could drop in who I am right now,
who you are right now for the rest of your life. Remember how old you are too, so don't drop in somewhere you have to be really.
So I can't drop into like a high school film.
So don't drop into like Logan's Run, because then we'd all be dead.
Breakfast Club, you can't do that. You'll
drop
be a
into
teacher.
like Can't Hardly Wait. It doesn't work. You're a parent. All right, hold on.
And you don't have to stay with the main storyline of what's happening.
You're just in the world.
You're just in the world.
One.
You got one.
Two. No, I got one.
I've got 2. I'm trying to think of a third. I have a potential third one.
I'm trying to think where would I want to drop? I don't know. Would I want to be like in the past somewhere fun, or would I want to be like now
Pick
just
the
somewhere
Nostradamus.
else? Drop into Amadeus.
Yeah.
Cinnamon be watching us all the
if you are
time.
who you are now and you dropped into the past, you would like rule them with your knowledge.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That's kind of, yeah.
Win a lottery or two and just be rich.
Yeah.
You get to, but you're doing, like, you are popped in right now. You have no time to prepare to go back.
Okay, so like a snap of the finger, and then you're
Yeah.
right from here, and we're there.
You have your headphones on, Brad. And then they think you're a cyborg. And
I walk in with the shirt that says I'm into horror, and they're like, what the hell?
Jail.
Unless I pop into some Nicolas Cage movie or something. All right. Who wants to start this off? Justin's still deep in thought, it looks like.
I got one. I need one more. Hold on.
I can go if you want.
All right, go for it, Paul.
Go, Paul.
Okay. So, third one, again, I'm like Brad, so I've got to have a 1, 2, 3. Is Austin Powers.
Oh!
I can survive in that world, right?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. So that's one of them. The second one is going to be Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Wow.
Oh,
All
right.
Tunes. I want
All
to.
right.
I wish I could steal that one. That's a great.
That's a
one.
good
That
one.
would be awesome, right? How much would that be?
Why wouldn't you
And
just hang out in cartoon world all the time?
I know, right? So that'd be fun. I think I could do that. And then again, because it's my favorite film, I'm going to go with Scott Pilgrim because I think it would be.
I mean, why not?
And Ramona is funky. I would like to meet Ramona. Let's face facts. So yeah, so that's what I'd be. But yeah, it's kind of weird because even if I look at the three now, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is kind of like sneaking up on Scott Pilgrim for the number one
Nice.
spot. It's in the state of flux at the moment.
I am surprised you didn't drop into a galaxy far, far away.
I don't drive, so what am I going to do? I'm going to be stuck on Tatooine or something. So I'm being practical.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes.
I need to think of a last one.
So I would go The Matrix.
Ooh.
I would like to be someone who's woken out of the Matrix, fighting
So-
the fight.
So you want to be in the dirty world, not like in
Yes.
what
I don't
you
want to
think
live
is
in the
a-
Matrix.
Okay.
I went with I Am Legend. I would like to live in that world to see what I could
cool.
do in a world like that.
Aren't you kind of
And
in
then-
that right now?
Almost. And then sometimes when we walk around or drive, I'm like, this is like that.
It is.
And then my third, I couldn't think of the exact movie. I thought of like Remember the Titans or Selma. I would like to be a white person when everyone's going through extreme racism so that I could show love to others. Like I want to be in a world where I could be a loving presence and not a horrible presence. So those are my three. Sort of. I don't know what the last one was, but it was some sort of movie where racism is prevalent and I could use my whiteness as a gift and love and not as hate.
Okay.
Those are my three.
Okay, that works.
Man.
So it's fantasy, see what I can do to survive, and then love people. Those are my three.
All right, I got my three. I think I would my number three. I would drop into Labyrinth, just because to be in some sort of fantasy world like that, it would be
Yeah, but
awesome.
everything is such a douche in that labyrinth, man.
I still would love it. It would be great.
And you could die.
You could die in any. You could die when you get dropped into.
I guess. Good call.
My number two, I would drop into the Muppets movie, just because I love sing and dance. I would sing with the Muppets all day long.
You know, in the labyrinth, you could fall into the bog of eternal stench, and you would smell like crap forever.
I could, but I could drop in with the knowledge and avoid these things.
And you could be like, stay away from the bog of eternal stench.
And number one, I'm just gonna say I would drop into Star Wars. I don't care if I wouldn't be a Jedi. I want to be in the world.
You really would want to be in the Star Wars world?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're not a badass stormtrooper or a Jedi...
Are stormtroopers really badass?
I was thinking, does that thing exist?
Are you watching Clone Wars? Yes, they are. If you're not some sort of cool person, you're just a normo in Star Wars.
Okay.
Normo.
I would get to be in the world and fly on a starship across galaxies from planet to planet, and
I guess in that case I would pick Firefly, but
see,
but I want to be a part of the crew. I want to be in Malcolm Reynolds' crew.
I want to be part of the crew.
Well, of course I would like to drop and be like on the Falcon, but just to be in the world.
Lost and be one of the rando islanders. I want to be one of the main 7. If I'm not one of the main 7, I'm not. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Where would you drop Cinema Maiden?
The first one that automatic was The Fifth Element.
Oh,
I
okay.
there.
Would you hang out with Corbin Dallas?
Coming. Yeah.
It's a multi-pass.
I would try. And then the other one, this would be kind of stupid, but I want to go to Avatar.
Pandora, okay.
I want to go, but I want
Ultramanium. What is it called? Vibranium. What is it?
What
is the thing?
Oh, what they're
what are they harvesting from the
harvesting
world?
there?
It has this really stupid name.
I don't remember what it's called now.
I need this really bad manium.
Yeah, because it's gonna make me.
This is the stuff that's gonna make us all survive.
It's gonna make us rich.
I think it's called Ultimanium or Ultranium. I don't know, whatever it is.
All right. So
Unobadium. Unobtainium? I don't know.
Unobtainium. Was it unobtainium?
Yeah, that's it.
Obtain it, but we are. Anyways, whatever. So on the nose.
And then my last one is Harry Potter.
Oh, I want to steal that.
Anna, stop it!
Why didn't I say Harry Potter? Why didn't I say Harry Potter? That is such a good world to jump into.
I didn't even think Harry Potter. And
I don't want to be a muggle, though. I want to be a muggle that
drop into those worlds. I think you probably wouldn't be a muggle. I mean, come on. I'm just gonna hope that I'm not.
I know about 3 3/4 or whatever, and I'm gonna go to it.
Look, you're going to the wrong platform already, Justin. It's 3 3/4 or 9 3/4.
Whatever it is, Harry Potter is the win. Ashley, well done.
Yeah,
why didn't I go to that world?
I don't even know. I don't even know why I didn't think of it, because my Reese is reading it right now. He finished the first book and he's halfway through the second book.
Maybe I could get are any of the Cullens gay? Could I get any of them to turn me?
Twilight.
I could go to Twilight and become a cool vampire. I would do whatever it took to become.
I would want to be with the wolves, though. Justin, we'll jump in together, and you go to the vampires, I'll go to the wolves.
Yeah, but you can't become a wolf. You have to be born into that, man. You're not native.
No, it's okay if I'm banging one.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot you like the natives. That's right. That's right.
All right, well, Harry Potter is a good choice. I would totally.
I'm really cool too. Could you turn me?
I would have totally want Harry Potter if I would have thought of it.
Whatever it takes.
Okay.
Underworld would be another good world to jump into. Brad, I'm surprised you didn't say Resident Evil.
I don't want to run around and shoot zombies.
Yeah, I don't think I'd last 5 minutes in either of those two. That's the problem.
I
can't even play the game, so real life would be terrible.
If I jump into Underworld, do I get to hang out with Kate Beckinsale?
Only if you find her.
Yeah.
But you know where she's going to be, so that'd be not hard.
There we go. Then she could turn me into a vampire, and we could just run off together and live happily ever after.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be one of them. I would just, if I'm around one, I'm happy. Except for Avatar, I want to be plugged in.
You want to be one of the
with my braid.
Okay.
My sweet braid.
I want to see now that what would happen if you dropped through all three of them consecutively. So what would you end up being?
Yeah.
You spend a little bit of time in each one, and then it's like a random drop. You just randomly
why
drop.
didn't I say
Yeah.
Narnia?
It's
As
like
long as I
Quantum
could
Leap.
go into the world with
Justin,
them.
you really didn't think about this very hard, did you?
I know,
No.
but I kept thinking about the caveat that I had to be me. So me in Narnia, doesn't that just make me now? I just don't get to go because I'm not a child going into a fantasy world.
Yeah.
And that right there, that's a good
Baymax.
one. I want a Baymax.
Oh, I want a Baymax. I guess Back to the Future 2 would be fun because you could just be in the future and have a hoverboard. There you go.
There you go. That's how you get your hoverboard.
You just work a normal job and you buy one. I got one. It's $60 and I'm living my life.
You just go to Back to the Future, the first one, find Doc, and you can go wherever you want.
All right, who hasn't come up with a top
Look
list
for
yet?
a DeLorean.
Who came up with the last two?
Did we all hit a top list? I had period pieces. You had jumping. Justin said, "Where would you like to live?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've come up with the top list. Oh, okay. Let's have a think.
Top 3 soccer movies. I think.
I think there only are 3. I think there are only 3, aren't there?
No, there's loads.
Bend It Like Beckham, that one with Mel Gibson and the Big Green.
What? Okay, well let's. See, I could be really basic and say top comedies. Or I could say if you could recast someone. I might not even be top 3, it might just be one. But if you had like one of your favorite movies, maybe one you've mentioned already or a different one. But if you could be like, I kind of like that or I didn't like it, but I think if we'd have swapped this one cast member out for another one. And that's a big thinker, so I think we probably only need one of each.
Well, because it's hard, because I feel like if it's your favorite movie, you really like the people in it.
Yeah, you really wouldn't want to recast it, right?
Hold on, let me think.
What if you change the gender of the main character of one of your favorite movies?
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
That's good. No, it doesn't work. I don't want them girls. I want them all to be men. Hold on.
Or it could be girls, or it could be like Little Women, but little boys.
Yeah, but none
Little
of
men.
my top movies are starring females. That's sad. I'm sorry. Hold on.
See, I could go back to Who Framed Roger
I'm just
Rabbit.
saying the truth. That's what happened.
I could go back to Who Framed Roger Rabbit and swap out. Oh my god, I blanked on the guy's name. Bob Hoskins.
Oh yeah.
For Melissa McCarthy.
Oh.
That would be funny.
Okay.
I like that.
I can
Great.
see that.
All right,
work.
I
That
got
could
one.
work.
As long as it's not like the Happy Time Murders, we're all right.
Yeah. Oh god.
I think I would want to oh wait, no. Okay, so if I'm gonna do this, Twilight is now a gay movie, like a movie about a homosexual couple.
Okay.
Hey now, it's now a homosexual love story, and Bella is now named Billy, and Billy is actually
Tom Holland.
No. It is actually I'm trying to think. What was this guy's name?
Oh, that guy.
Shut up. Hold on. I'm gonna change Twilight.
So you're gonna recast, or you're changing your movie, or you're still thinking of who to cast?
No, I'm changing Bella.
Yeah, you're changing
into
Bella
Billy.
into Billy.
And Billy is the actor is going to be the twins, the twin boys. What are their names? Colton.
Boys, Army Hammer.
They're twin boys, and they were 6 feet apart. One of them started 6 feet apart.
Yeah, no one watched that movie but you.
I mean, we're all 6 feet apart now when we're outside.
It was 5 feet apart, and his name is Cole Sprouse. That's what it is.
Is that the guy from the Riverdale?
No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Plays Jughead.
Cole and Dylan Sprouse. Yes.
I didn't know that there were twins.
They're twins. They used to be Zach and Cody. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody on Disney. I love that show. I watched it when I was in college.
I mean,
I watched it when I was in college.
Are you sure?
I also loved Hannah Montana. I also loved Hannah Montana in college too.
Now you look like you're like fine.
All right.
No, I figured it out. I feel better.
It's The Fifth Element.
Oh.
And Bruce Willis is really Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler?
Yeah. I guess it's a lesbian film because she falls in love with the Fifth Element, Mila Jovovich. Liv Tyler and I was trying to think of somebody who was popular in the 90s when that movie came out.
Liv Tyler, yeah.
It would have been her, or I was thinking Alicia Silverstone, but I went with her because she's tougher. She's more tough. And so I'm going, actually I was thinking Mira Sorvino also. Mira Sorvino could have played Bruce Willis's character.
I like Liv Tyler.
I'm going with Liv Tyler. Liv Tyler and The Fifth Element. Everyone loves this lesbian 90s film.
You think Liv Tyler could have been badass enough for that? Like it could have been like
have you not seen her as Arwen?
I have.
Yeah, she just would have played it different.
If you want him, come and claim him.
She would have been a Corbina Dallas, and she would have been a little different. She would have been like, "Hey,
Corbina.
He knows that it's a multi-pass. It's okay." He wouldn't have been such a mean about it. So that's it. That's my thing.
The woman would have handled it much smarter.
All right, I'm going way out there. I'm gonna recast Will Smith from Independence Day.
Homosexual Twilight is not.
No.
It's not out there enough.
I'm going Independence Day. I'm recasting Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
With Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yeah. After especially
roles like that.
What's that?
Who's engaged to Vivica Fox because she wants to marry him, but she's got a bad past, so she can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I like it. Yep, that's my choice.
I like that. That's a good one.
That's my choice.
All right, Paul, what's yours?
Mine was the one I said earlier.
Oh, what did you say? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Don't worry, Paul. Justin does this all the time.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's right.
McCarthy. Yeah.
Yes, Melissa McCarthy. Sorry, that was a great one. That's probably the best one of all four. That's good.
But now I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I'm going to have all this on my mind, working and recasting films and stuff like that.
So with my oldest, we've been revisiting some comedies. So we watched Dodgeball, which has aged very well. He thought it was hilarious, laughing. Then I was like, oh, what else is good like this? So I followed Dodgeball up with Anchorman. Did not age well for the new generation. He was like, A, bored, but B, is like, Steve Carell, who they all love because they all love The Office.
Okay.
Wasn't well known in Anchorman, but he's like, it's not okay to make fun of people with disabilities. That's not a funny joke. Like, this isn't funny. Like, he thought Anchorman was not good. Outside of Jack Black punting the dog over the bridge. there was no laughter. And then, because my children, because of me, love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, we watched Hot Rod.
I love that movie.
And dude, we were like dying laughing at how stupid it was, but it was really funny. So Dodgeball, Hot Rod, good watches. Anchorman did not age well for the new generation.
All right. Have you shown him any comedies from like the 80s? Like have you shown him the Three Amigos, for instance? Like
no, we haven't done Three Amigos. we've done a lot of '90s comedy. I'm trying to think what. And so he's done like Breakfast Club.
Or like
he's done a
show
lot of
him
those kind
show
of
him
things.
Caddyshack and see what they think of that.
He hasn't seen Caddyshack. I'm trying to think if he's seen like Vacation and those sort of ones. But I think like any old Adam Sandler, like they all know a lot of Adam Sandler, but they're like Waterboy. They were like, yeah, this isn't okay to make fun of people with disabilities. I'm like, yeah, back then it was, but it's not now. You're right. Like, there's a few. We did. I think I told you a while ago. We did Dazed and Confused, and him and his friends loved it. And the same day we did Can't Hardly Wait, and they were like, "No, this is ridiculous. This is nothing but stereotypes, and appropriation." Whereas Dazed and Confused, they were like, well, everyone in Dazed and Confused was a cool character playing a cool role. Whereas Can't Hardly Wait, they were just playing a stereotype of someone who's not real. And I was like, man, you guys really think about these things. I never would have thought of any of that. Really, yeah, that's cool. But anyways. Are we going on 2 hours almost?
We're almost 2 hours. I was going to see if you wanted to like wind it down and.
Yeah, we should probably wind down.
We had a good talk. Thank you for Paul coming on with us.
Yeah,
hanging out.
Sure.
It was a fun time. But I will say, you can check us out. Go to wearethecinemaguys.com and listen to our podcast. The three of us love to just do our thing. However you want to say it.
That was
really great. That was
outro.
awful. That was an awful way to be like, "Hey, listen to our podcast because we do stuff."
I hope,
and
don't judge our podcast on that outro of Brad.
Yeah, no, don't.
All right, I'm gonna go do dishes.
Well, hold on, don't log off yet, Justin. Okay,
I won't.
I'm gonna wind us. I'm gonna wind us out, and then I'll bring us back. So.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.